Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Matt. The channel is Dollar Box Bangers. Today I got a couple packages that just showed up from eBay, so I want to open those up and kind of talk about why I bought these cards. So I did go through and open the packages, so you don't have to watch me fumble with opening these. So we'll get right into it. So the first card that I got today is the Bowman's Best Wander Franco Refractor rookie card. This is the one that everybody made a big deal about. I believe it was Beckett was claiming this was the true rookie card. But I'll talk about why I purchased this one in just a second. But really like that one. Second one, the guy that I bought this card from, we were messaging back and forth quite a bit. He was a really cool dude. Just wanted to talk baseball cards, which was awesome because I love that. And I had mentioned to him that I had a son who likes to open the cards. He's only 5, so he just kind of flings them everywhere. So the guy said he would include some baseball packs for us to open, and I thought that was really cool. So I'm sorry I don't have your eBay name up in front of me, but thank you. You know who you are. Anyway, so this is the card that I was talking about a few days ago. This is the Wander Franco Advanced Stats card out of 300. This is basically me putting my money where my mouth is. This is a card that I think is way undervalued. And if you watched that video from a few days ago, I talked about why I believe that is. One thing that I didn't touch on, which I regret not mentioning in the video, was the gem rate on these types of cards. These have a 76% gem rate. So your odds of buying raw and getting a gem are 75%, and I like those odds. I think when we looked at the gold numbered out of 2022, the odds of gemming that card was only 23%. So I am a guy that likes to buy raw. I don't recommend that. But the reality is it's just cheaper and I can buy more cards that way. But with that said, I still want to buy cards that if I do decide to grade, have a shot at a 10. I would hope. I try not to buy damage cards. Looking at this, it looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little heavy on the right, but I think the corners look good. Back looks good. So just really excited to have this card in my collection. Again, I know I've said it 100 times, but this is a card that I really think is undervalued, and I was super pumped to pick this one up. So one thing I want to look at, so what I have right here on the computer screen is, so this is the Wander Franco, the Topps rookie number 215 in a PSA 10. So what we have down here is their average sale price. So according to this, a 10 sells for about $75. But what I wanted to look at was the population count. There are almost 1,800 10s already of this card, and this is when grading is still expensive. This is an easy card to pull. It's a cheap card to buy raw, and grading is still expensive. So if grading ever comes down, this population, you could argue everything is going to skyrocket, but I think this card in particular could go crazy, especially if Wander comes back and is playing well again at some point. But total 2750 total cards graded. So if you watch the last video, another thing I like to do is try and figure gem rate. So let's take 1792 divided by 2750, because that's the total amount of cards. So this card alone gems at a 65% rate, which is good. You would expect that with ultra modern stuff. Paper, a little tougher to grade, I think, than chrome sometimes. So there's that card. And now I wanted to try and compare apples to apples a little bit. So that was the Topps base Franco. This is the Bowman's Best base Franco, not the refractor. not this card. It's the base version, and there are only 88 tins of those. 88 tins and 108 have been graded. So let's pull this guy up. So 88 divided by 108. So this card gems, not the one I showed you, but the base version of the Bowman's Best gems at an 81% clip. And the average price a tin sells for, according to the PSA's website, is $85. So it's easier to grade. It sells for a little bit more than the base Wander Franco. There's significantly less of these in the population. One downside, to be fair, they're only showing 2 sales of this card. I don't know how far back they go. A couple months at least, I would imagine. But the Topps Wander Franco does sell at a much higher rate than this card. So now let's look at the refractor. So this is the one that I just bought. So there are 155 Gem Mint 10s graded out of 218 total cards. So this card gems at a 71% clip. So, why do I care about that? Because I think it's gives you a reason to buy these raw. I think it makes more sense buying a raw card that has a better chance to grade well. And the thing that really matters is the population count. There's only 155 of these compared to almost 1,800 of the base Franco. And again, this is not apples to apples. This is a refractor version. This one is just the base Wander Rookie. So they aren't apples to apples, but I'm just trying to get the point across. And this card sells on average, according to this, to $250. I don't really believe this number. I think it's closer to these. I'm looking at the eBay sales, 122 a few days ago, and then just a week before that it sold for $85. So I think let's call it a $100 card. I think is more likely. And another thing about these cards is I believe that you can only get them in hobby boxes, and the hobby box, is selling between $300 and $320 right now. So it's the population's always going to be lower. It's a harder pull. There's just never going to be as many out there, and I think that's very important with this kind of stuff. So anyway, wanted to show you this. So I purchased the advanced stats card for $195, and I purchased the refractor for $16.77. I'll always be transparent with you guys and let you know what I spend for these cards. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.